Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon with a preview of what's coming up next week on my channel. First, we're going to be doing a Let's Play with Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 53. And in this episode, we're going to be doing some more work on kind of redesigning the farm a little bit, or designing it out, I should say. This is going to be an area down here where we're going to be putting some fish ponds. So we spend some time kind of doing some cleanup and putting down some more pathways, which makes everything a little bit easier and a much faster to walk around. Plus, it kind of just separates the areas a little bit. I really like kind of designing the areas, and this is this and this is that, kind of organizing. I can't stand an unorganized farm. It absolutely drives me crazy. Of course, we are using these cobblestone pathways, and I have mentioned in previous episodes that we are going to be switching those out at some point. But for now, that's what we're going to be using to kind of build out our farm a little bit more here. Then we wake up on the morning of the 6th, and look what Harvey says. Oh my gosh, he tells me we're pregnant. It's like, what? It's like, oh my gosh, how did he know? I was really shocked by that particular revelation, but thank you, Harvey, for letting me know. And then we have Let's Play part number 54 after that, and I had a huge mistake happened. What I lost some time, and what you missed during that time that my recording software wasn't working right, is we had a baby. Harvey Jr. joined the family. I also increased my gold by 30,000, and it was like maybe 3 days, I think, that it wasn't working properly, 3 in-game days. And I was like, well, that's awesome. And so we have the baby, and Harvey says, don't worry, I'll feed him today. And so we run up here and take a quick look, and now the crib that was up there is now housing our baby. I also show screenshots of our farm before the day we started. Then then the middle one was where we're at, and that one is where we're going to be going. So I was kind of happy to share that with all of you, and you can see that on the video. And then we go into the bar, and we have this conversation with Gus that I found very fascinating. He actually was kind of complaining that the bar isn't making very much money, and it's because of Pam. Oh my gosh, we've talked about Pam before. So he asks us to give him a little help with Pam. He says, you got to help me. So we do have this conversation with Pam, and we get her to pay up her bill. So I guess we help Gus out a little bit. And the other game I'm playing is Kinseed and Adventures with Rhiannon Part 10. And we turn right around and buy the apothecary shop. I have 584. You're not supposed to buy things unless you have a lot more money, but I decided I can't wait any longer, so we have purchased our first shop. And of course, we go right into the back of the area there, and we try to create a few potions, and there's potions, creams, and powders that we create, and there's 3 different mini games. I really like the apothecary mini games. Some people don't like them. I like them a lot. So I'm kind of showing you how one of these get made. This is just one of the mini games that you play, and you use the ingredients that the shop came with some, plus I had some ingredients in my pack that I'd been saving up. So I load those into the shelf, the materials cabinet, and then I also order materials, and that way we keep the shop pretty well stocked. But to begin with, it's kind of a good idea to create a number of remedies, they call them, so that your employees don't have to go anywhere to get those remedies when the people come to the counter, and it helps your reputation even better if people are really happy. So there's our first one called Spring Whiff, and we're going to put it on the shelf. This is the inventory, that's my stock. And at the time of this recording, they had not combined the materials cabinet with your stock shelf. Future episodes, you'll see that where they've combined it. They're always updating this game. I want to hire employees because I don't want to stand here and work the counter myself. So you're going to see how I can hire the employees. I can scroll down, find out who does the best of whatever. You're supposed to kind of get a pretty good handle on all of those 5 attributes And so if someone's got super high on all of them, they would be a great person. If they have super low, let's say if they got Wurzel Scrumpy has terrible charm, he might be a bad choice for having a person work on your counter because he's going to tick people off because he's so daggone grumpy. So when you hire employees, you just click on them. What you're seeing there, the per hour brass, that's what they require. That's what they prefer. And when I first started this game, it wasn't critical that you paid them what they require. You could pay them 1 brass per hour, and so you see me changing that to 1. And when I first started playing, that was no problem. It did not make your employees unhappy. It didn't affect them in any way. So since that time, that has changed. So that's why you're seeing me do that to my poor employees here. But I do go back later and change their pay. You can set a schedule. There's 7 in a week schedule. You could be open all those hours or part of those hours. So I'm just trying to kind of make sure nobody's working too much. It makes them unhappy. So there's many things that can make them unhappy, and overworking is one of them. Also, your relationship is important with them. They start off unhappy. Then we jump into talking to Ash, and he's talking about this thing called a butterfly, the silver skipper, and he wants us to help him with it. And this, I've been doing a number of quests for Ash that he wanted something, and this is the last thing. You can see that he's got a heart above his head. That means that we are best friends. Look at our hearts there on him, full hearts. So he's telling us that if we go to the east side of Kukul Wood, and there's supposed to be a pond there by a tree with a face, I go get it, I go find it, I give it to him. He also requested an abdomen. So we've helped his tummy feel better, and he's saying I'm not going to collect bugs anymore, because what he was doing was eat them, which is so gross. So we helped him, and what this is going to do, each character has a storyline that you're going to be working with them. And this completed the storyline with Ash, meaning he doesn't have any specific tasks for us anymore. And because we finished what we did for him, he gave us a book about collecting various flying insects that we'll never use. I went back to the store to do a mini check. We made 88 profit today after paying our employees and anything we purchased, materials that we ordered. We also got 2 perk points, all of that in the first day that the shop was open. So I'm feeling very optimistic that we're going to be making some good money. Then I see that the Grandmasters wanted me to come visit them. These guys are kind of creepy, but this is what you do when you are leveling up and you go see them, and they generally tell you that you're doing a wonderful job, and they give you some kind of gift, in this case a friendship ring. A small circle of friends boost to friendship gains. So you go to them every time you level up, and they will give you something that helps your game be a little bit easier. Some items can be brought down into your inventory slots. Other things are just, you just have them always. And then if I look at my new tasks, my next one is to become a legend. And it kind of tells you how to do that. Own a business, slay monsters, make friends. So these are all the things that are going to be coming up this coming week. I hope you will join me. And as always, if you haven't done so, please subscribe. But the most important thing is I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.